Teresa Reed for XCountry Mortgage with a little bit of information on refinancing your mortgage. Here's a couple of steps that you can go through if you are considering it and some things that you might want to think about. So step number one to refinancing, be clear about your goals. What are the goals of your refinance? Are you wanting to take money out for a home remodel? Do you have high interest debt that you want to consolidate? Maybe you want to get a lower interest rate and a lower payment. If you haven't checked your mortgage lately or checked on it in the last 18 to 24 months, chances are you can refinance for a lower rate and a lower payment. If your interest rate is between 3 and 4, we should definitely run the numbers to see if we can do any better. If your interest rate is 4% or higher, chances are very good that we'll be able to get a little bit better rate and lower your payment. So know what your goals are for your refinance. This also helps your mortgage broker in determining if the loan that you're going to apply for and everything that you're going to go through is going to meet the goals of your refinance. Okay, so know what your goals are. Be clear about those. Step number 2. Calculate your savings. There are different calculators out on the web that you can use to help calculate what kind of savings you're going to have if you do refinance your loan. XCountry.mortgage, and that's XCountry.mortgage, does have calculators on it, so you're more than welcome to go to that website, use the calculators, and see what kind of savings you may have with a refinance of your loan. So calculate some savings and use a calculator and see if what kind of savings you may have. Now, pre-qualifying is next, and pre-qualifying with a trusted advisor such as myself, I'm going to be able to get you a little bit better estimate on your savings that you did up here in your calculating. If we run through the numbers, this estimate's going to be a little bit better, a little bit more precise. So we can go through different scenarios. Is it worth it to pay down or buy down your interest rate to this? How much is that going to cost me? How long is it going to take for me to pay that back? So different scenarios that we can run through in the pre-qualify, and the pre-qualify is a no obligation thing that we can do, and it's not a hit to your credit. We don't pull any credits, so that it will not hurt your credit in any way to do just a pre-qualify and run some quick numbers. That's step number 3. Step number 4. Next, we would apply for a loan. So if you decided that one of the scenarios that we went over is going to work for you and it's exactly what you need to meet your goals, we would apply for the loan. And you can do that on XCountry.mortgage. Click the apply button and you would apply for the loan, put all the information in, upload the documents needed, and we would get started on that application. After you apply for the loan, we're going to lock your interest rate. So interest rates, which you may or may not know, do fluctuate with the market. It can change from day to day to day, and it can also change 2 and 3 times a day. So as your mortgage broker, I would keep an eye on those interest rates and give you a call and say, hey, yesterday it was at this, today it's definitely better. You might want to consider locking your rate. And interest rate locks usually come in time periods. So the most common interest rate lock is going to be a 30-day lock. And those 30 days gives us plenty of time to collect any documents needed that the underwriters might need. If any situations pop up that need extra attention, those 30 days are going to give us plenty of time to address that situation. So your interest rate, when we lock it, will not change at all, up or down, in that 30-day lock. Okay, so that's what we would do next, is lock your interest rate. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and close the loan. So if your documents are in, we've locked your interest rate, underwriters do their business, they do all their figuring out, we're going to schedule your loan to close. Many times with the refinances, we are able to do that between 9 and 16 days. It's very streamlined and it goes very fast. Something to keep in mind too, many times with refinances, not all the time, but many times we will get what we call an appraisal waiver. So many times we won't need to get an appraisal of the property. And if that happens, the closings go much faster. So the underwriters, that is up to them. And if they come back and say appraisal waiver is accepted, then we don't need to do that appraisal and your closing can happen much faster. So these are just some steps to keep in mind if you're on the fence to refinance. Is it a good idea? Should I look into it? I will encourage you to look into it if you haven't checked your mortgage in the last 18 to 24 months. The rates have changed and they are still at record lows, so it would definitely be to your benefit to check into it and see if we can get you a lower rate and a lower payment. I really hope this helps. My name is Teresa Reed. My number is 303-956-4954. Give me a call if you want some help running through the estimates and everything, and I'd be more than happy to help you. Have a great week.